We're rhyming tonight, folks.
We are two old men. Boy, when did we become old? What happened to the time?
Well,
Some
it
things
keeps
never
on ticking.
change. Some things never change. Like a Lima Grayson winners finals, which I feel like we haven't seen in a while.
Talking about us being old, I feel like I'm taking a trip back in time.
Yeah.
With this one.
You know, like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But,
well,
yeah.
It feels like it's been even longer.
It probably
I could be crazy.
Probably more like 4 or 5.
Yeah, Lima Grayson, I feel like it almost reminds me of like pre-quarantine times.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost for sure. But like, we had a little streak post-quarantine where this was happening a lot. Grayson was getting oh so close to winning some Shockwaves, but Lima was always there to stop him. And so far that has been the case. You know, we feel the need to reiterate that Bayonetta just kind of does so much damage to Rob, it's ridiculous.
Yes, does extremely well at getting the free damage. She always does that against every character, and Rob gets that from every character, honestly. It just is the way that it is. But Bayo is able to uniquely cover a lot of positions that other characters can't against Rob. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And just about wherever you are, even when you feel like you're relatively safe as Rob, Bayo is just very good at covering where you want to be.
I mean, people kind of have to commit to doing the thing usually against Rob where it's like, okay, I want to toss out a move before he can get his very safe, you know, nair or back air or whatever out. And they have to get to a certain distance to do that. With Bayo, it's not quite the same. And right there, Grayson, not even a big commit with that forward air, and yet Lima's on top of it.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, just a little bit of a wait. Lima empty, hopping, high flying, waiting for the opportunity to let that aerial fly. Doing a lot of jumping over Grayson for that. As a Wolf player, watching that, it definitely feels like home. Sometimes jumping over the other person just to get the bear. But there are moments where when you keep going for something like that, it can be so telegraphed. That's something Grayson's going to have to look out for. Because it's not something you can do quickly. You really have to condition that kind of moment. So that's an opportunity to maybe set up one of those Cosma up smashes.
Yeah, which we've seen Grayson do before, but he is generally a much more confirmed heavy player, right? Because you go for the big reads right there. Does see Lima's trying to land right in center stage and didn't have the whole lot of air drift to get back. SDI down, keeping Lima alive, and it's a phantom footstool for Grayson. He will pay for it dearly, but if he had gotten the regular footstool, he'd be in the lead right now.
And it was actually smart by Lima to buffer the special option there because you cannot be footstooled regularly out of a special. That is what causes the phantom to happen. So that's a little bit of counterplay there.
Just a really good awareness again by him. And his Bayonetta, right, it's very low committal to do that off stage. Lima wants it all right now.
Oh,
and he gets nothing. You get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir.
Oh my goodness. Literally taking candy from a Lima.
Oompa, oompa, Lima D2. I'll make a Rob clip right out of you.
Goodness. Flowing down the chocolate river right now, Lima. Taking his time with this one, getting it back in, which I...
Oh my god, he's dead!
No,
he's dead!
You're kidding me.
That made me channel my inner McBenedict.
The fact that it did the Star Kale animation made me think he was going to come back down.
Yeah.
Like,
he did.
I thought that was a regular, like, I got hit by an up air. All right, time to land. Like,
no.
No.
He had so much rage. Lima lost the Mario Party happening space that is trying to DI Rob up air.
Yep.
I've heard that you should be DIing down at least in some capacity to reduce the velocity of the knockback.
I feel like hearing how to DI Rob up air is very similar to hearing, like, yeah, so there's a Mew under the truck, right? And
speaking of which, Karna was here tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Karna! That's why the up air killed. It's the spirit of Karna.
I also got to say, I played a bunch of friendlies with him. I don't know how he's done in bracket or how he did. I don't know where we are right now. But I will say this. His punish game never left the building.
That sounds... I love to hear that.
His punish game was on point. Ledge trapping was on point. Absolute joy. But he doesn't know anything about Kazuya or Steve.
That's fair.
And it's really funny.
You know, that's awesome, honestly.
Good for him.
Good for him, and also good tournaments to be at then, right?
Yeah. Good for Lima right now, too. Got the really early stock on Grayson while we were talking about somebody who's not even on screen right now. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's playing behind them.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
I love that bait. Oh, great DI from Grayson. He had to have smashed it. If you didn't know, if you didn't play 4, or maybe just didn't have a lot of experience against Bayo. Right. Those side Bs are actually extremely smash DI-able as well. Not just the multi-hit moves. You can smash DI that super hard in, and you do want to usually go like down and in or further in so that Lima cannot connect something. And try to carry you up.
And if there's anybody who knows how to SDI a Bayonetta combo, and especially the style of combos that Lima goes for and what you get the sense he's going to go for based on his movement, it's Grayson, and we are all familiar with this. It's just another blast from the past.
Yeah, literally.
And yet, Lima's still playing with the lead despite that SD because he got that early stock. And
look, he's earned the right to make some mistakes.
This really does feel like a pre-quarantine set because recently, I have not seen anybody live to 200 against Lima.
No, normally finishing the plate, and I think a little bit of that, or a lot of that, can be attributed to Grayson's knowledge of Lima combo trees, understanding of how to get out of it, because like, as Rob, you're certainly not getting out of anything for free.
Unless Lima gives it up to you like that. Got the perfect parry and then nothing afterwards. Finally converting. I mean, that conversion at that percent. It's like what the witch twist into the back air.
Yeah. I think it's crazy that stuff like that connects at that percent still, but the way that the specials work from Bayo, it'll work eventually.
Yeah. Going low, but getting caught. Lima, I believe, only has the side B and the up B, but he always finds a way to make that work.
Enough to make it happen. Great delay there. You don't want to get caught on that timing, Schmicks. Oh, that is unfortunate for Grayson.
The first time that we've seen Grayson get punished for a witch time on the gyro as well, because he's mostly been keeping his distance, but that time on the ledge trap, he couldn't just give it up for free, and Lima knew that.
Ready to tech it, of course. I love that he didn't even try to throw out the aerial there. Didn't want to get caught buffering something.
Get back to stage, right? We know that Rob can steal a stock, but you got to take the second one first.
You absolutely do.
And you got to do it soon, or else it might just be Lima's game to win.
That other almost killed.
And that is not something I've ever heard. It's just untech game.
I love the no time to react.
No kill screen, just game. Lima. And this is now 1-1. Again, got to give big kudos to Grayson for getting that game 1 win as well with some great awareness. And like we've been saying, just showing off immense knowledge in a matchup that I feel like a lot of Rob players just wouldn't even bother playing.
Right. It is another one of those things where, like, yeah, this is hard. Yeah, Bayo does a lot of things really well in the matchup, but also, like, Rob is still Rob. The one thing that can never be taken away from you in Super Smash Bros., even if you have a hard matchup, you're still...
You are who you are.
Yeah.
And that also goes for Bayonetta as well, remember.
Can definitely recover from the depths of hell and...
literally, yeah. And he played at a glorious 18 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh my goodness. Try reacting to that one.
I can't imagine trying to hit Bayonetta 3 witch times on a Nintendo Switch.
Absolutely not.
And I'm not talking about Smash Bros. Oh my goodness. The spirit of Cosmo is here.
Somehow.
Gabe has come.
Oh, I miss Gabe.
I miss Gabe so
I
much
love seeing him. I love the
Desley beat me in bracket today, and he attributed his win over my DK to Gabe.
Really?
He was like, the only reason I was ready for that is because Gabe keeps playing DK against me.
That's hilarious. Oh, what a conversion from Grayson. Quick 45 set up at the ledge. I like that he waits to toss the gyro, use it as a projectile rather than something to sit at the ledge and trap. He, once again, does not want to fall victim to the witch time.
He gives himself like more options to react with as well, right? Because then that's a tool that Lima has to worry about. It's an uncertain variable when Grayson does not have it just spinning on stage.
It's something you can react with as Grayson, but not something you can react to as Lima very easily.
Lima's still not able to seal out the stock. Again, like Grayson's survivability, phenomenal.
That was DI towards the blast zone, DI away, so that he didn't get converted on into the forwarder.
Oh my god. Amazing mash by Lima.
That's insane.
I can tell you this much. He would not have been able to do that on my controller.
No.
Which he almost played with earlier today. because we had set our controllers down next to each other in the back, and I went back to go play my set. Okay, I had to make sure Grayson was alive. I went back to go play my set, and I picked up the white controller that I saw, and I was like, that feels way nicer than mine.
Oh my goodness.
Is Grayson dead? No,
Oh,
again, amazing
DI
DI! And Lima's dead. That's great. And again, right, like, on his own controller. Not even the mash is not enough. This time, Grayson.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah. Oh my! He has no rage. Lima had no rage. Grayson taking advantage.
Let me tell you, if I'm Lima, I have a little bit of rage.
Oh yeah.
I've got a little bit of rage. It's
what
climbing.
happened to my character?
Yeah.
I thought I won this matchup. Still dead. But Grayson not making it look like that is making it look so much more even. And again, the survivability. It's just amazing from him. Oh my god. Where are we going to blast him?
Definitely taking me back to the time when people said Bayo can't kill.
Yeah.
It's let me tell you, it's not Bayo right now that is the problem.
The problem for Lima is Grayson, who is
Holy.
just smothering him. That's the third time he's gotten one of those spikes.
Of all characters, with Bayonetta, you air dodge there? I'm shook. You have a billion resources to recover, and you chose the American air dodge. And that is...
Was that an American air dodge?
He got down tilted and immediately air dodged to the ledge when he had 12 other resources, I think that is.
I thought American air dodge was specifically going on stage.
I could be misinterpreting. I just
need
thought
to-
it
I
was
need to look
air
up-
dodging towards stage or to the ledge when you had other resources.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look at it because I don't remember what the specific nomenclature is for.
I can tell you what it was. It was bad.
It definitely was not the best air dodge I've ever seen. I mean, Lima, again,
Oh, I
he
love
picked
this
up the
combo
wrong
rope, though.
controller. I felt like for a little bit he was off his game, but now I don't know. Because that was a really nice combo.
Off and on again. He's got a love-hate relationship. On and off again
with the light switch.
Yeah, with Demi. Oh,
Okay, well that's definitely stuck.
yeah. There you go.
And I feel like this happens with Grayson on the platform stages as well, that he loves to continue juggles.
What
That was
a sick, and just barely didn't get the follow-up too. Waited for the air dodge and just a little bit too late.
Again, I love the idea here by Lima, who seems like he's a little like, oh, I'm on game point right now. Like Grayson wins, I'm done, and he feels like he's giving himself like a little slap on the cheek of, wake up.
Yeah. Lima turned on the jets.
The afterburners even.
Yeah, and caught Grayson looking to turn on the jets. I love that up tilt turnaround fair. Tried to set up on the top flat, but not quite able to convert it to everything you wanted. Grayson, great presence of mind to find a punish there. He wanted a footstool so bad.
He did. That's why I was scared. I was like, I feel like that's going to be a dead Bayo, but Grayson's not quite able to find it. Still has this ledge trap going. Lima to the top platform will take some extra chip.
Oof. Great escape from Lima after that nair.
Dead.
Avoids getting jailed by the down tilt, and yeah, beautiful conversion. We see Grayson now on last stock here, potentially to push this to a game 5. I love the hold. Oh, great air dodge from Grayson.
Oh my goodness, down air, Lima with the presence of mind to immediately do that side B after. When people get hit by something like that, their first instinct is usually like land, shield, like get away, right? But Lima was like, I'm barely in hit stun at all. I'm going to combo him off of this.
I'm swinging.
Is he dead?
No.
I need to stop asking that.
Yeah, no,
Of course he's not.
Normally, I would say that's a fair question, but Grayson has been so good. It's not just like knowing a universal, this is what I do when I'm getting comboed by Bayo. And there we go. There's a universal trouble against
I
Bayo
knew.
when you have a projectile there. It's not a consistent universal. I'm getting comboed by Bayo here, so therefore I DI this way or SDI this way. It's a constant measuring of the situation they're in. I'm getting hit from this position. Therefore, if I DI this way, I'm not going to get comboed into this thing off the side. So like he's getting hit with these afterburner kicks off the edge, and he's DIing down or further out, even though he's going closer to the blast.
DIing
further
out, yeah.
away from like a forward.
But he, he's picking great times to do that as well. And I think that there's a combination of two things, right? That Grayson's decision-making is as good as I've ever seen it be. He's not, sometimes he gets kind of lost in, I want to mash my moves. you know, I want to hit you. I want to play my game. Stop stopping me from playing my game. And it seems like he's a lot more in tune with the, okay, I understand. Like, he's seeing the situations for what they are and not what he wants them to be. Because sometimes Grayson doesn't play the best when he tries to shape situations to be what they aren't. If you get what I'm saying. Just like that, right?
Yeah,
that's one of those few situations tonight where I've actually seen that. Grayson's like, I don't want to be comboed. I want to be back towards the stage. And he, because of his great defense, I feel like weirdly, it made him complacent.
Okay, that down air was, or the down angled afterburner kick was actually a read on Grayson's DI where he has been going out and down in order to get away from the forward airs. So Lima able to now adjust to that, making a read on Grayson's defense, picking some stuff up as a result, but still not able to finish the job off the side. It's more layers, more layers.
And to that degree, I mean, to what I was saying, I think that Grayson is a bit too confident because his defense has been so good. Now I think he's woken back up after that stock and after Lima got that downward ABK. I think that Grayson's like, right, I cannot let off the gas. But this is Lima already playing with a big lead. Great opportunistic forward air right there by Grayson, though. And that's the other thing that I was saying. There were kind of two things that I think are shaping this set. The other one, I think that Lima is just like a tick behind his usual pace tonight. The combos are a little bit slower. He's opening things up and making decisions a little bit slower. And Grayson, because his defense has been so good, seeing the game very clearly, taking big advantage of that.
Oh, great buffer from Grayson. Lima still with the quickness to pick it up.
And yeah, Grayson's just going to go all the way low every time, yeah.
Absolutely, you can afford it, but what a catch! You're kidding me!
How
would
do you
get back
combo
there?
that? Oh, and then the Lima classic, you come off the Angel platform, you think you get a free combo, and then it's just a witch time anyways.
Why didn't that cancel his lag after he tossed the gyro?
Unsure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
floored.
I'm not the beefy Smash dudes. I don't have the answers. But what's the Mario Party losing sound?
I can only think of The Price is Right.
Okay. All right. I was just thinking about the theme song.
The deflated sound.
Hey, by the way, this is last stock game 5 too.
Speaking of deflated, Grayson has been playing out of his mind up throughout the set, but Lima's the one who's turned it up and put Grayson on literally last moments here.
Oh my good! He just jumped into that. He gave him damage.
He wanted rage.
The truth is that Grayson read the pants off of him. And now big damage. Lima does not want to get robbed again.
Wait a minute.
Yet he might be. Hold on a second.
Oh, huge to get the bat within, not even having to go for the 50-50.
155 even on Grayson right now.
Weird hit. He got the up tilt, but he got the weird hit. No partying here.
87 of it. Dude, if Lima has a bad mash on a down throw, he's dead.
I don't know
Grayson knows it.
I don't know if Grayson goes for that kind of, you know?
Maybe not. I think at this point, definitely, though. Oh, gyro! Up smash! Grayson taking the set. 3-2 win over Lima. Demon conquered.
And I think that's the first time we saw like a legitimate ledge trap with the gyro the whole set, because Lima disincentivized it so well. Had used multiple witch times in order to say, hey, don't do that around here. You have to use it as a projectile and like catch me as I'm coming up. You can't set this up as a tool to prevent me from having more options at the ledge. But there we saw at the very last moment, after Grayson had said it, kind of kept it in his pocket, said, don't look at this, ignore this. You told me not to use it, so I'm not going to use it, all right? Don't think about it until the very last moment. Then he's like, all right, you got to be ready.
It was either two things, which is that and Grayson being like, I've got this thing I've been saving. I want to try and use it and see if it works. Or it was just like deep thinking about the game state and going, Lima almost had that game won. Now I'm on the verge of a comeback. He's going to try to play things ridiculously safe and not do anything that could result in a misinput or a hard read by me. And so what's he going to do? Something like a neutral getup.
Yeah.
Gyro, up smash, and a win. And Grayson's in grand finals, winner's side. And the biggest part of that, beating Lima to do it.
Yeah.
Which is normally not a thing that happens in that matchup. Again,
it's not something that's never happened before, but
it's rare.
Really, really solid for Grayson. It's always close. You always know that he's capable of doing it, but
yeah,
that is a big win. That is really, really good for Grayson. Now sitting here, winner's side grands. Lima's going to have to fight for the right to play against Grayson one more time.
party.
Amen. And on the loser's side, we're going to have some other people who are kind of fighting their way to fight Lima.
Mm-hmm. As it turns out, Yanni,
No
Steveless, beat
Steveless
Gamby.
That
And
is
Yanni-
genuinely impressive.
What'd you say? Currently playing Oryx. I want to see if I can see where that's happening.
That's crazy. I have seen a lot of...
Yanni is standing up. Fox beat Chef?
that doesn't shock me.
DDD over Falco?
It doesn't shock me because Fox is so good at just not dying, and Falco can get arthritis.
That's true. And honestly, Chef's combo game, especially finishing stocks, I saw him earlier tonight. It wasn't
A little off?
It wasn't on the top of his game. Oh,
True.
yeah, especially for those of you who are local, go to this. Just go to this. Get in. Only 64 people are going to be allowed because we don't want to stuff like 120 people into a game store.
That would be a lot of people.
Get in on this. $20 entry fee. We are having a Smash Fest, and it's a lock-in. It's going to be there all night. Pizza and drinks. The last time we had one of these, it was soda and water. Yeah, not alcohol. It is like just like regular drinks.
Yeah.
But pizza and soda and water and what have you. The last time we did one of these, there was well, first of all, there was the one at the release of Ultimate,
I remember
which was
that.
obviously amazing. Stu and I commentating at 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there was one a while back after that that was also really, really good. I seriously implore you to go to this, especially if you are into grinding games, but also if you're not.
Yeah, if you're down to hang out with homies, look, it's a Smash Ultimate Smash Fest, but it's at a freaking game store. We've got CRTs.
Yeah,
we've
take
got
your pick.
Regular TVs. Look, we got which way you want to plug it in. If you want to play some Mario Party, if you want to play some Soul Calibur 2 for the Nintendo GameCube.
If you want to play Mario Party, I would recommend you steer clear of Eclipse, who has told me he will be there.
Ooh.
Yeah, steer clear of him in that. You will not beat him.
Yeah, don't play Mario Party 2. Any
You
of
will
the
not
Mario
beat him.
Parties is a chance.
Or Mario Party 3, especially if he says play me in Mario Party 3, don't.
Yeah.
That's my roommate. I know more than you.
Yeah.
Don't feed him with that. Start.gg/FX lock-in. And again, like, normally I'm like, oh, I'm shilling for a tournament. Yeah, go to the tournament. This is like, as a life experience,
It's good.
I'm genuinely like, go to it. I am devastated that I cannot.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing I'd like to do more than to go to that lock-in, but like extra slot for the rest of you. Go to it. I'm serious if you're a local. Again, if you're a grinder, you get games literally all night. And if you're not, or if you're somewhere in between, there's other stuff to do too. You just gotta go. If you've never gone to a overnight Smash Fest before, you like that is one of like your cards as a community member. Like, you gotta do it at least once.
I found out about the event not through T-Lock stuff, but because Burr had posted the advertisement for it, mentioned me in the advertisement, did not tag me. Crown responded tagging me, and I was like, what are you responding to? I looked at it, and it was play Super Smash Brothers Mario Party, neighbor will bring Digimon.
Yeah,
I was
as
like,
you
well,
would.
Look, I can't say that it is false advertising. I just didn't know that it was going to happen until
Right, yeah. And then it's like, well,
yeah.
why not?
But that is very funny to me.
Honestly, well, I mean, obviously I would go if I was in town,
Yeah.
and I'll be out of town, but also I might spend like 3 hours of that. I might spend 3 hours of it playing Emerald Rogue, and then I might spend another 3 hours playing Sonic.
Nice.
Oh, yes. If you all are not aware, we didn't really even bring it up when we brought the stream in, but this is Ultimate Shockwave Ban Month right now. I'm sure
Ban
that a
month.
lot of you have heard, but this is something that we're experimenting with because it's a month. You know, it's not going to be permanent, at least not as we're seeing it now. This is just to try some things out, and every week this month, we are trying out a slightly different character rule set, and you can see them here on screen. This is the week of November 9th, so currently at this tournament, just the Blockman. Steve is banned.
Blockman is blocked.
And
from the
yet,
event.
we have seen Trey5 win on stream with his random.
Trey 5 random go crazy.
It really does. And again, I've also heard that those are two of his best characters.
Yeah.
Which is very funny. And Yanni is currently very deep in the bracket with his Luigi and Roy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Steves have shown up and they are still doing well. And all the better to look at this and say, I'm glad we tried this. And of course, next week, Kazuya will be banned.
Right. After that, the dynamic duo are done for that week. Couldn't think of another good.
I'm finished.
Good one there. Ooh.
Oh, on the 23rd, Shattuck's going to be here. And that's a little bit before Thanksgiving. So we're going to have quite a few people there.
Yes, that will be the one that is probably the most packed.
And then November 30th, the hot take. All DLC are banned.
Finally, we have banned Hero!
Exactly. We've
been clamoring for this.
We have bravely done what nobody else will do.
The character is uncompetitive. Too random.
I tried to convince Eclipse, by the way, to come to Shockwave and just play Hero. I was like, I will pay for your entry.
Yeah.
Please just do it once. I have to know.
Yeah.
I think in case a lot of you, by the way, in case you all were not watching T-Lock things post-quarantine or pre-quarantine, and you've really only been watching post-quarantine, you may not know Eclipse, who is frequenter of the DFW power rankings, has won a few Shockwaves himself. He's
even Ultimate Shockwave.
The best Weavile player in Pokken Tournament.
Yeah.
My roommate. He's a great guy, doesn't show up anymore, but trust me, if he shows up again, it's going to be a problem.
With Hero?
Especially if it's Hero.
Especially if it's Hero.
Forget the Greninja, forget the Mewtwo.
I have never wanted to quit more than against that monster.
It's the only person who has made me want to quit playing the game more than Eclipse's Hero is Sparks anything.
Yeah, well,
but
that sounds about
aside
right.
from that, that is like culprit number one.
Yeah.
So Oryx beat Yanni, so Yanni is now out. That was 3-1 though, so Yanni out at 5th then, I would assume. And then we're waiting on
that's
5th place with Luigi and Roy. That still puts you in contention for the PR.
Yeah. That is, that is honestly not too different than some of his placements with Steve. So
beat Iceless and Danby. It's 2 big wins, and especially
I will say
beating Iceless without Steve, like I'm sure. Look,
it's difficult.
If I'm Iceless, I would be mad because I'm like I would have kept myself sane by saying, well, I would beat Yanni if he wasn't playing an 80-20 matchup.
Right.
But then he comes through and he does it with the Roy.
Actually,
actually,
it turns out I'm just getting washed here. Now I will say, this far, doing an amazing job, Yanni, to get all the way to the 5th, even taking out Danby. Without the Steve, I think the lack of Steve versus Oryx is huge.
Massive.
That is a big old boon.
Oryx knows how to play against Roy, and we've seen before that he does a very good job of it.
And Luigi's not even in the picture here.
No. You don't play Luigi against Peach.
No.
That's been a truth in like literally every Smash game.
Yeah, that is just a sad existence
again,
for that.
Still a good performance from Yanni. And then what are we waiting on the other set? It's Fox and Beastly.
Fox
just shook his head vehemently.
Fox did take it over Chef earlier, so it'll be
Rob DDD right now. Okay, they're literally right behind you.
Oh, I see Beastly.
Yeah, you see
Fox's
right there. Fox's hat and then Beastly, yeah.
Shaking his head yes, shaking his head no, I don't know.
Fox has done a few vigorous. Beastly just won.
Gave a little bit of a pop off.
I would assume because Beastly did this and not.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
I would assume if he lost, he would have done
Beastly turns around, looks at the TO desk. I believe that is.
Oh, here he comes.
Swinging his way around the longest way around, not going down the.
Don't tell me he's going to the bathroom.
Of course he is.
Don't tell me he's going to the bathroom. He's talking to Oryx right now, so I assume. Here it comes.
He's coming to grab Oryx.
Can you do like the dinging when somebody wins in the background?
The what? The ding?
Like when somebody wins, their thing goes like dun 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 dun. And then the thing's playing. It's like da 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 da. Yeah, like that. Have y'all missed us, by the way?
In case you didn't know, we run bits around here.
Yeah.